Morning, folks. Kind of shifting gears a little bit here. I need to find a spot to put out my wolf traps. The wolves have left the area. I'm pretty sure where I did have them. So I'm feeding cows. I might as well make the best of this and put out a few coyote snares. He's got some calves running around out here, so I really can't set any foot traps. I don't want to catch a calf, and the snares could also, except in the fence lines like this, I think is pretty safe. The calves don't crawl through the fence. So I found a couple of spots here. This trail right here is all coyote tracks. And it runs right underneath the fence there and down over there onto their side. So I just put a snare in right here. Hopefully you can see that. I got enough glare on the screen, I can't tell. It's just wired off right to the barbed wire. And then I got a support wire here coming down to this little whammy, they call it. And it's just looped right over kind of the edge of that barbed wire. Over on this side, there's another trail. It's lesser used, but these here, those are coyote tracks, and they run right on down and through that gap right there. Matter of fact, right on that chunk of barbed wire is some coyote fur. So I put a snare right there. Hopefully you can see that. It kind of blends in. I don't know if you can or not, but it's the same deal. So it's up by that support wire right there, and the snare loop itself is right above that wire in that gap. So one of these two sets I think will connect. There's a lot of coyote tracks down on the other side of the fence here, but that property belongs to another guy, a friend of mine, but I haven't asked him to trap on that one. So anyway, put in a couple more here, and the block heater on the tractor is warming up with that generator, so I can't start the tractor just yet anyway. I gotta wait about a half an hour, so might as well do something productive, right? So walking this fence line, there's lots of spots that look like they could be pretty good, like that little gap right there, but there's no tracks. So I don't know how many coyotes there actually are here. I'm not seeing a huge number of tracks, and I did see one running around out in the field the other day. It's got a bad foot. Kind of wonder if that's the only one. I'm sure there's got to be others. But looking around here, there's really no other trails underneath the fence, so I'm pretty sure those are their main travel routes. Give it a few days and I'll bet I have a coyote there. See, like right there, that to me looks like a great spot. The fence is right there, it's open. The gaps are big enough that he could get through real easy, but there's no coyote tracks, so they're not using that spot. I could put a snare there, but it really doesn't do a lot of good if they're not using that place. So anyway, by now I bet the tractor will start and time to go feed. So just a real quick trapping video. I'll update this in a couple of days if I get anything, and I'll see you later. Well, come up to feed cows and check my snares, and it took longer than I thought it would, but I've got a coyote. He's still alive in there, which means that the snare lock probably tangled in his hair, or he hasn't been there very long. So, kind of a vocal one. So when I got up to him, I thought maybe he had a leg through the snare, but it's not. It's just really thick fur tangled up in the lock. So it was a good catch around the neck. It just didn't tighten far enough. This snare over here, I'll leave it still set. No real point in redoing this set because these really kind of made a mess of it. So anyway, it took probably, I bet I put this in here 2 weeks ago. So it took him quite a while to come back through. I got a few more over here. I'll go check them and get to feeding cows. So today is, I think, the 11th of January. The big male coyote, and you can see his fur is starting to look a little bit less prime. Usually they'll lay it out in the snow. He's still got pretty good fur to him, but it's starting to get thin in the hips and in the shoulders. Usually what'll happen is they lay down in the snow and their body heat melts into the snow a little bit, and then when they stand up, a few hairs pull out, and as winter goes on they get less and less prime. So we're coming to the end of this, really. Now, this is the first coyote I've caught all winter, and been mainly focusing on those wolves, and then I pulled my traps out quite a while back now. So anyway, he's not a bad looking coyote, but probably 2-3 weeks ago the fur would have been a little bit better. By golly, I got 2 today. I got one more snare yet to check. Maybe I'll have 3. So the fur on this one looks a little bit nicer. It doesn't look as badly rubbed. Haven't looked to see if it's male or female yet. It's a little bit smaller coyote. See this black V here? I really like that. I guess the fur market really isn't really looking for that anymore, but in our area I don't see that many with that anymore. This one's not as dark as some I've seen, but anyway, that's 2 coyotes. That's not a bad day. I'll be busy skinning. Well, my last snare is empty. It's in that gate, wire gate right there. I don't have high hopes for that one. You probably can't see it on here, but it's pretty visible against the snow, and there's a good trail going right through there and down this hill. So they might connect, but I have a feeling it's more likely that they will just skirt around that one. So anyway, not a bad start to the morning. It's pretty chilly today. When I left the house it was 8 degrees, and that's Fahrenheit, and I got cows to feed and coyotes to skin. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.